The sound of chains clinking reverberated through the dimly lit corridors as Marcus stepped into the unforgiving embrace of prison. Each metallic clang underscored the gravity of his new reality, a vessel carrying fear and regret coursing through his veins. Memories of freedom flickered before him like ghosts, echoes of laughter with friends, stolen moments with family, all overshadowed by the choices that had led him here. He took a deep breath, swallowing the tension that knotted his stomach, and began to navigate the sea of hardened faces. Each inmate carried their own story, and in their eyes he glimpsed a flicker of hope, a yearning for redemption as palpable as his own. With every step, Marcus felt the weight of the past heavy upon him, yet a faint light shone through the cracks of despair. This was just the beginning of a transformative journey, hidden behind these cold steel bars, where resilience would soon reveal its power. As Marcus takes his first tentative steps into the prison yard, the air is thick with uncertainty. He notices the clusters of inmates, each grouping a world of its own, from hardened faces locked in silent negotiations to boisterous voices recounting tales of mischief. He feels both an outsider and an observer, grappling with his place in this new reality. In the days that follow, Marcus meets Jesse, a charismatic figure with a lightning-fast smile, who shares stories of his notorious exploits. Then there's Tasha, a quiet soul with a passion for poetry, who reveals that her art helps her cope with the darkness. Each encounter adds color to Marcus's monochrome existence. He learns not just their crimes, but also their hopes and regrets. The starkness of their surroundings fades as bonds of shared pain and ambition begin to weave a tapestry of humanity among the steel and concrete, a glimpse of brotherhood in the unlikeliest of places. Marcus sat quietly on the edge of his bunk, the sterile energy of the cell amplifying the weight of his thoughts. It was in these confined quarters that he first felt a flicker of understanding for his cellmate, Elena. She was an enigma wrapped in layers of pain and resilience, a former lawyer whose life unraveled in the blink of an eye. As the two shared their stories, a bond blossomed, born from their struggles. Marcus listened intently as Elena recounted her reckless decisions in pursuit of love, a passionate affair that veered to violence, revealing the fragility of human connections. In return, he opened up about the chaos that led him here, the mistakes that cost him everything. In their laughter and tears, they discovered a rare camaraderie, each echoing their dreams of redemption. Even in this bleak environment, their friendship became a beacon, an unlikely brotherhood amidst despair, reminding them both that hope could still flourish in darkness. In the dim light of their shared cell, Marcus sat on his bunk, haunted by regrets that weighed heavily upon him. As the days turned to weeks, he increasingly felt the pressure of his past actions suffocating him. One evening, he turned to Elena, curious about her journey from a respected lawyer to an inmate sharing a cramped space with men and women she once fought to protect. As she spoke, her voice trembled with emotion. She revealed the turmoil of addiction that had spiraled out of control after a beloved family member's death, a tragedy that blurred her sense of right and wrong. Their conversations turned into late-night confessions, where pain intertwined with understanding. They discovered that even among the cold steel bars, vulnerability could forge connections. As they shared their dark tales, insights began to emerge, painting a picture of two souls longing for redemption within the stark confines of their reality. The brutal realities of prison life descend upon Marcus as he grapples with an environment rife with violence and competition for survival. Each day becomes a test of strength, not just of the body, but of spirit. He often finds himself reflecting on the weight of his regret, the choices that led him here, overshadowing any flicker of hope that tries to emerge. Meanwhile, Elena shares her experiences, drawing him into her past life, a life where legal battles used to hold weight, now replaced by survivalist instincts behind bars. Yet, amidst the chaos, Marcus stumbles upon a lifeline: art. With a makeshift set of supplies, he begins to sketch his feelings, his dreams, the haunting visions of lost time. As he immerses himself in creativity, he discovers that he isn't alone. Others within the prison echo his need for expression. The idea of an art school begins to take shape, where despair transforms into hope through the power of creativity. Marcus's passion for art becomes a beacon of hope in the bleak prison environment. With determination, he gathers a small group of fellow inmates, transforming a dimly lit corner of the rec room into a makeshift art school. The clinking of metal and the distant murmurs of discontent fade as vibrant colors and creativity take center stage. Each session witnesses a budding confidence among the inmates as they share paintbrushes and stories, their laughter breaking the heavy silence that usually pervades their lives. Through shared canvases, they not only learn artistic techniques, but also explore their emotions, the joys, regrets, and unfulfilled dreams that linger within. For many, this becomes a vital outlet for self-expression, a chance to reclaim a part of themselves long buried under the weight of their circumstances. Art transforms their collective sorrow into beauty, forging a renewed sense of identity and purpose, and reminding Marcus of the resilience inherent within them all. The air hummed with anticipation as the community outreach team arrived, a beacon of hope for the inmates. Marcus and his friends gathered in the dimly lit mess hall, nerves mingling with a flicker of excitement. The workshop on restorative justice was unlike anything they'd experienced before. A facilitator introduced the concept of healing through dialogue, urging them to confront the past they had been running from. As they shared their stories of pain and remorse, the atmosphere shifted. Vulnerability became a bridge connecting them to humanity's fragility. Marcus listened intently as a victim spoke about the anguish she endured, her voice trembling yet resolute. In that moment, he understood the profound impact of their choices, not just on their lives, but on others as well. This initial encounter sparked a newfound understanding within him, a realization that redemption lay not only in seeking forgiveness, but in fostering connection, healing, and personal growth amid their shadows. As the restorative justice workshops unfold, the atmosphere within the prison shifts palpably. Inmates gather, their apprehension palpable as they prepare to face the pain of their past actions. Marcus sits among them, heart pounding, as victims share their haunting stories. The tension is thick, but as emotions surface, something unexpected happens. Dialogues begin to bridge the gap between their worlds. Tears flow and voices tremble, revealing the deep scars left by crime on both sides. Marcus listens intently as a mother recounts the loss of her son, her grief stark against the backdrop of his own choices. In this shared vulnerability, they find common ground, pain, and the quest for understanding. In the quiet moments following these exchanges, Marcus reflects on the powerful connection formed through honesty and empathy. It's a revelation. Healing isn't just individual, it's a communal journey, and together, they begin to reclaim their humanity. As the weeks progressed, the bond between Marcus and his fellow inmates deepened. He began to take on a mentorship role within the makeshift art school, guiding others in expressing their stories through painting and drawing. The dim light of the art room turned into a sanctuary, where laughter and discovery mingled with the muted echoes of prison life. Inmates shared their journeys, each brushstroke revealing hidden pain and unspoken dreams. Marcus discovered that teaching was as transformative for him as it was for his students. Guiding others through vulnerability allowed him to confront his own demons. A shared mural began to take shape on the wall, each section symbolizing hope, resilience, and the unbreakable spirit of those behind bars. These moments of connection fostered a sense of community, nurturing the seeds of healing and growth, laying the groundwork for redemption, even amid despair. As the days counted down to their release, an unsettling mix of excitement and anxiety coursed through Marcus and Elena. They gathered with fellow inmates, sharing their plans and apprehensions. Conversations hummed with a collective hopefulness, yet the undercurrent of fear was palpable. Marcus found himself grappling with thoughts of freedom. Images of family reunions flickered in his mind, interwoven with haunting reminders of the stigma that awaited. Elena, ever pragmatic, voiced her concerns about finding employment and the echoing judgments of society that could easily erase their hard-fought progress. In quieter moments, they would reflect on the difficult lessons they had learned and the bonds they had forged inside these walls. Social workers visited, offering insight and guidance for this daunting transition. Uncertainty hung heavy, but beneath it all, a resilient spark of optimism flickered, a testament to the growth they had experienced, and a reminder that change, though challenging, was within reach. The moment the gate creaked open, Marcus felt a rush of emotions wash over him. Relief, fear, excitement. Stepping back into the world after years of confinement sparked a whirlpool of memories and hopes. The air outside was tinged with familiarity, yet everything felt distant, as if he were an observer in his own life. His first encounter with family was bittersweet. Hugs mingled with nervous laughter, yet there lingered an undercurrent of unspoken tension. As he navigated the streets, the noise felt overwhelming. Old friends had moved on, and society had shifted around him. The challenge of fitting back in weighed heavily on his mind. In those first days, he grappled with anxiety and sprinkled moments of joy, like the taste of a hot meal or the quiet of a sunny park. Each encounter served as a stark reminder of the life he once knew, and the arduous journey ahead to reclaim his identity. Marcus stood at the crossroads of his new life, grappling with the echoes of his past that clung to him like a shadow. The world outside felt both familiar and alien, dotted with reminders of the choices that had led him to prison. He watched people rush by, each wrapped in their own stories, yet he felt invisible, marked by the stigma of being an ex-convict. Elena, too, wrestled with her identity, haunted by the decisions that had unraveled her life. Together, they confronted not only the judgment from others, but also their internal battles with guilt and self-worth. As they ventured into job interviews and social gatherings, every encounter felt loaded, filled with assumptions and misunderstandings about who they truly were. In these moments, they found solace in shared vulnerability, leaning on each other as they navigated through the complexities of rebuilding their identities amidst a society that often refused to see their potential for change. With the weight of their past still felt deeply, Marcus and Elena find solace and purpose in community outreach. They become advocates for at-risk youth, sharing their stories to illuminate the challenges of life choices and the potential for change. In local schools and community centers, they host workshops that blend art and mentorship, encouraging young minds to express themselves through creativity. The thrill of seeing kids transform their pain into powerful art ignites a passion they never anticipated. As they navigate this new chapter, the shared laughter and vivid stories build connections, creating a support system that helps reinforce their own paths to redemption. Despite the lingering shadows of judgment and stigma, their determination shines. Each workshop becomes a reminder that healing is possible, not only for them but for those they inspire as well. Through guiding others, Marcus and Elena discover their own identities, turning pain into purpose and forging a brighter future amidst uncertainty.